This evening, I have an unboxing to do. And the unboxing is of the Change More Tabletop Fire Bowl. So here's everything that was inside of the box. You have a heat pad, so there's a pad that you can put down, so whatever surface you are using this tabletop fire pit or fire bowl on, you can protect that surface with this heat pad. It also comes with a little fire poker, a flame enhancing cap. So this cap is to enhance the flame, and then a lid. So I guess when you are done burning in the evening, you can put the cap on to extinguish the fire if needed. The other interesting feature with this tabletop fire pit sphere, it's kind of like, it's rounded. It's got a pretty cool design. It has a tower on the inside that gives so this is supposed to give a first, second, and third burn. So like secondary burn and a third burn of the gases and the smoke. So you can see down there, there's the first, I guess, burn. Then there's the secondary burn holes on the top here. And then there's this burning tower that I think what this is mostly used for is if you are using pellets. But who would be using pellets in their tabletop fire pit? The only thing to burn in a tabletop fire pit is back 40 mini firewood. So I'm not sure if this will work with wood or not. And the cool thing about this is you can take this out. It actually unscrews and you can take this fire tower, I think it's called. I'm not exactly sure. I gotta double check the name on that. But you can take this out. And this burn tower, maybe that's what it was, the burn tower. The secondary burn tower, you can remove that so you can get bigger pieces of wood inside there. And I think this is truly made for pellets, or I think I also read that you can use charcoal in the fire sphere. It also has a removable ash pan for cleaning out your ashes. So that is pretty cool. And it has built-in handles on each side for carrying this thing around. Although I don't think you want to carry it once it's burning. So we're going to fire this thing up and we're going to give it we're going to see how well it burns. I have a feeling it's going to burn great. I'm not sure how well it will burn without this cap on. I think just fine. I think without the cap, it'll burn just like a regular tabletop fire pit. And then I think this cap is like called the flame intensifier. So it like focuses the flame more into the center to get that secondary burn coming out the top. Change More Fire Bowl, or the Fire Sphere. I think it looks pretty cool. It's a new, unique design, one of a kind. Haven't seen any tabletop fire pits like this out there. So I greatly appreciate Change More sending this over to me to give it a try and see how it burns with some back 40 mini firewood. All right, so I got a bar stool set up here alongside the water's edge. I am going to use this mat just to protect the stool because I don't know how hot this thing is going to get. I know on some of the other tabletop fire pits, you don't need a protective, I guess, mat on the bottom, but with this one, I'm going to use it. All right, I'm going to drop in a fire starter and a little back 40 mini kindling. You heard that right. Coming soon. You want to get your tabletop fire pit going, you need a little mini kindling. It works great. All right, there we go. Let's light this baby up. Once the fire takes off, I am going to be adding some back 40 mini cherry firewood. So I'm going to drop in a few pieces of cherry. And like I said, the interesting thing about this is it's got a large capacity. So you can put in quite a bit of wood, which I think is going to help. You won't need to refuel as often as you do with some of the smaller tabletop fire pits. So again, this is the Change More smokeless fire pit. I will have a link down in the description. It has a triple, it's referred to as a triple combustion stainless steel fire bowl. And it has wood gasification technology with 360-degree airflow. You can see it's portable, it's lightweight. It's great for having out on your patio, outside, in your backyard. You can take it camping. It's got that triple combustion design that I showed earlier with like the first burn on the bottom, the secondary burn at the top, and then that fire tower is what kind of creates the triple burn or the third burn. But I have the fire tower out right now. But yeah, this thing is like I said, it's just another innovation, another change in like design that the tabletop fire pits are taking. It's just something a little different. You can see the flame. I mean, the flame is burning great. I'm gonna have to change, let me turn the camera around, or tilt the camera up a little bit more, because that flame is really going. And this is the part that I love about tabletop fire pits. Sitting around, out on your patio, out on the deck, and you've got this nice flame. And man, this thing actually is giving off quite a bit of heat. Compared to other tabletop fire pits that I have, yeah, I will say this thing is really burning hot. It is kicking off heat. And now you can start to see that secondary burn. And it's pretty wild how the flame is coming out of those holes on the top. I hope that comes across on camera. You can kind of also maybe see down on the inside that first burn chamber. And now that flame is starting to grow. So now, the concentrator or the intensifying cap, I'm going to add this on to see if it has any difference in how the flame is coming out of there. It will concentrate it towards the center a little bit more, obviously. Oh yeah, definitely a little different burn happening. Right away you can see the difference that made in the flame coming out. Again, super cool, and man, yeah, this thing is kicking off the heat. That is looking good. Looking good, burning small wood. All right, so I've had the Change More fire bowl, or the fire sphere, burning for about a half hour now. I've added wood twice. Each time I put in about 2 to 3 pieces of Back 40 mini firewood. It's burning great, and it is kicking off a lot of heat. So the one thing first off the bat, compared to some of the other mini fire pits or tabletop fire pits that I have for mini firewood, the one thing is just the capacity, the amount of wood you can put in there. Or if you did wanna be one of those people and burn pellets, I think the burner column would definitely be an advantage. And I definitely think it would help the pellets burn down and burn evenly from both the center and the outside. So this is a cool little feature. I'm not sure how this would work. I think it might get in the way when using mini firewood. However, I am going to possibly test this out tomorrow night on the live stream. But I'm going to be using, a while back I made these little mini firewood chunks. And I think that might actually work kind of good. And you might be able to really load this thing up and have it burn for quite a while. So I'm hoping I'll be able to test that tomorrow night on the Back 40 Friday Night live stream at 8 p.m. Central. It is cool that it comes with a little fire poker. This does work to also take off the flame centering cap. I also like that it comes with the little damper cap to kind of put the fire out, and the removable ashtray. I will say that this thing, because I think because of the sphere design, that the heat is coming radiating downwards as well. So this mat is actually pretty hot. So I think the bowl design, the heat kind of comes down as well. So you probably would want, unless you were on glass, a glass tabletop, it might be all right. But you'd probably want to make sure to use the burning mat underneath this thing, because it, like I said, it is, compared to some of the other tabletop fire pits I've burned, this one definitely is giving off way more heat. So it's pretty cool. And again, thanks Change More. I've always been a big fan of changes and innovation and taking something that's proven to work, but making a little twist to it, maybe having a little different design. And that's where this spherical design and the burning column in the center, I think, is pretty cool. So again, if you're in the if you've ever thought about getting a tabletop fire pit and you haven't, maybe take a look at the Change More Fire Bowl. Again, the link will be in the description. And if you do pick yourself up one, or if you already have a tabletop fire pit, don't forget that you can get Back 40 mini firewood for your tabletop fire pit. Link is also down below. So that's going to do it. I'm going to sit out here and enjoy the evening just watching the flames dance. I don't know why, it's so cool. So thanks for watching. We'll see you guys tomorrow night on the live stream, where we'll do some more testing and some more burning with the Change More smokeless tabletop fire bowl, or the fire spear.
I've been a real bad boy on the town all night.